Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Honey, it is time for us to review The Circle. Hashtag let's get into it. Honey, when I tell y'all my mouth was open the entire time, child, they got me speaking in circle speak. Okay, I'm just looking at it, mouth open, can't believe who's eliminated. And I told y'all last review that I did not like Courtney. He got on my damn nerves. Now y'all see what I'm talking about, honey. Let's get into my channel. All right, so as the inner circle, they come back from last episode, and as we all know, Courtney in his terrible zebra print hat was sitting in the inner circle. Okay, so we were all trying to figure out, like, what is this inner circle? What's all doing with it, right? The inner circle is where Courtney can talk to the new players before anyone else. And I was like, okay, I mean, why would you want to talk to the new players and you don't even know them? Like, I guess just to drop a bug in their ear, and I was correct. Okay. So they show Savannah giving her farewell speech, like we really care. And so she's like, obviously I'm very heartbroken, but unfortunately the snake, the real snake, is still there and has not been taken out of the game. In fact, there are multiple snakes. Honey, you were the only one slithering up and through, and you are right. There are multiple snakes. The other one left is Courtney. If somebody tells you that they have your back, you should not believe them. And so everybody is just taking her word for it because, of course, Courtney's sitting there talking, that's the girl I trust. Girl, child, be quiet, honey. Girl, gone, honey. You're eliminated. You're blocked. Save your speech and go on about your business, honey. Okay. Then we get two new players, Kat and Mitchell. So last season, you remember the mom and son duo that was on there that came later on in the game who really didn't have much of a personality. They were blocked really, really soon. That is Mitchell's mom and his brother. Now, Mitchell has so much more personality. And listen, I thought I was going to be, up in arms about the new people because I'm not too keen on inviting new people into a space where I've already gotten to know other people. Even though it's only 4 episodes in, I feel like I always want to just keep the original crew. But these two new people, I like them both. And I didn't think I was going to like both of them. I especially like Kat, honey. And she from Texas too. Child, I love it. Anyway, so then because he can talk to the two new people, Courtney tells them that they need to watch out for Terralisha and that Emily can't be trusted. Okay, Courtney, you are so easily influenced, honey. Savannah told you one thing and it just don't make no sense, child. And so then he leaves a message or whatever. To my devastated to see my girl Savannah go. But as always, thank you so much, ladies, for keeping me in the game. Courtney, child, you cannot be trusted at all, okay? So they're playing this game where they're doing naughty and nice photos, okay? So they show their angel side and their devil side, so to speak. So everybody's showing their pictures or whatever, and then the two newbies show up and show theirs, honey, and Mitchell was literally showing his ass in the first few seconds of the show, okay? So everyone was in love with Mitchell and his little ashy behind right off the bat. Chloe loved him, honey, because Chloe, she hiding the pants, child. Anybody she sees that looks like something, honey, she's with them, okay? And one thing that's a side note, Courtney, if you don't brush that head of yours, honey, that head is rolled up. Looks like, child, BDB. I'm gonna need you to brush that hair, honey. That's just a side note. I hate looking at his hair like that. Oh, honey, I had to say it because it was in my thought process. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, so everybody was in love with Mitchell, honey, and his little ashy bottom. Chloe loved him, of course, but Trevor was kind of nervous because she's sitting here like, what? I mean, I don't want nobody going for my girlfriend, honey. I got to keep my alliance with Chloe. And, so they introduced the two people and everybody's looking at their photos. And I really like Kat. Her personality is just like everything. So then everybody goes to look at the newbie's profile, right? Chloe losing her damn mind. She's so boy crazy up there humping the unicorn that she has in her hand. And I think that her boy crazy ways may be her downfall, but so far it's working for her though. And I thought the men would catch on by now, but it seems to me, this is what I'm thinking. Have you all noticed that every alliance is centered around Chloe? Like, she the HBIC in charge. I didn't realize it until these 4 episodes. Like, okay, you had Mitchell trying to form an alliance with Chloe. Then you had Courtney going over here to talk to Chloe. River wanted to make sure Chloe was okay. Emily definitely wanted to keep Chloe. Trevor was like, I hope that Mitchell doesn't steal Chloe. I'm like, oh my goodness, child. Anyway, So as they're showing, as they're looking at the profile pictures or whatever, Cat is calling them all out. He's like, Trevor, that's a man. River, I don't trust it. This person over here, that's a catfish. Tara Alicia, we from Texas. D-Town, stay down, honey. We good. And so she was just calling them all out. And I was like, okay, Cat is smart. Okay, so, and she knew some of those profiles were catfishes, okay? She may be the player to watch out for. They letting her slide under the radar, but Cat gonna be on them in these next 4 episodes. So they start a circle chat, and this is where Trevor / Delisa always messes up. Child, she sends a message saying that, hey guys, and welcome to the chat or whatever. I just wanted you to know that your pictures were fire. First of all, no man is going to look at Mitchell and his bare behind and say that that picture was fire. And it's just the way she worded it that made her sound more like a female than a male. Trevor, you're going to have to stay in character, honey. Ooh, you couldn't be no actress, child, because you keep slipping in and out of your character, honey. Center yourself. Find out what's your motivation, okay? Okay, so the men, they don't talk like that. I'm just letting you know right now, Trevor / Delisa, okay? You break out of character too often. We're going to have to get you together, honey. # stay in character. In the circle chat, Tara Alicia was trying to, make the whole Texas connection. Honey, nice move, as you should. And so Chloe starts fiending for Mitchell, honey, because she just is thirsty, child. Mouth just is dry. Girl, if you don't go over there to the refrigerator and grab a beverage. Anyway, Chloe is making it too obvious she has like a little thing for Mitchell, and I feel it's going to put a target on her back. Mitchell needs to be careful because being too nice could backfire on you as well, because he's like the nice guy and everybody likes him right now, but that's how it always starts out. Trevor needs an ally because now Savannah is gone, so she starts a chat called My Beautiful Black Queens. Child, talk about cliche, okay? Trevor asked them what he should tell his daughter as a beautiful black queen, and that was just so weird. Another thing that a female would do. But Tara Alicia needs somebody to have an alliance with, and of course Kat is just now coming on the scene, so the girls were like, okay, we're buying it so far. But the convo to me is just weird. And so Kat says she's new and asks if there's anything that she missed. And so this is where it got good, because Trevor said it was some drama. Maybe Tara Alicia can fill us in. So Tara Alicia's like, girl, didn't you just, well, she ain't say girl, but I'm saying girl. She basically threw her under the bus because it's making her seem like she's the cause of the drama. Because if y'all remember, Courtney and his beady beads had already told Kat that Tara Alicia could not be trusted because she's a liar, okay? So, they're talking or whatever, and Tara Alicia was like, that's not who I really am. Positive vibes only, honey. Keep it pushing, okay? So then Kat peeps that Tara Alicia is trying to make an ally with Trevor, and so she must be in the bottom, obviously, because people are talking behind her back, and in this chat, Trevor mentioned that she could potentially be the cause of the drama, right? Chloe thinks that Tara Alicia is a catfish after seeing her naughty and nice pictures. And I didn't really like the way they assumed because she had blue hair that she was a catfish. What does that mean? Like, you ain't never seen women wear colored hair before? I was like, okay, Chloe, honey, you don't know no better, child. Get your head out of the clouds and think for yourself, child. Just because she has blue hair does not make her a catfish. Whatever, girl. But I think she's just threatened because she thinks Tara Alicia likes Mitchell. Because when they were in the circle chat, Tara Alicia was just talking to him. She wasn't really flirting, but Chloe, honey, she don't know no better. So Lance does a group chat with Chloe and River. And y'all know Lance is really Lance's assistant. And I was wondering if she was ever going to get in the game, honey. She's so boring. She can really go right now. So Lance says he likes Mitchell, and River said the same. And then Chloe goes along with it because, of course, she likes Mitchell, honey. No shirt, too? But asked if Trevor was worried about her because she wanted to feel it out and make sure people didn't know that she liked Mitchell. So Lance says, you and Trevor are into each other, so everything's going to be fine. River says, Trevor is yours. And then River and Lance are buying what Chloe is selling, so seems like she's okay. Mitchell private messages Emily, okay? So Mitchell starts flirting, with Emily or whatever, and child, Emily's flirting back and Mitchell is just eating it up. Child, Emily playing everybody. He has several alliances going as well, so he needs to be watched. And then Mitchell asks, what's the 411? Well, he didn't really ask. He didn't really say what's the 411, but he did ask what's going on. So Emily tells him that she was an influencer. I don't think that was wise because he could potentially see you as a threat. Remember, this is a game. So then they tell Courtney it's time for his final mission as Joker. I wish they wouldn't have given Courtney any power because he gets on my nerves. Like, it's just, I mean, from the very first episode, all that extra speaking and the way that he acts, and he's so far up Savannah's behind. Honey, did she promise to split the money with you? Like, I'm trying to figure out why, if she told you one thing, you take it as, you know, at face value. Like, it must be gold. It must be what it is because Savannah said so. Child, boy gone. Anyway, so they tell Courtney it's time for his final mission as the Joker. He has to make a huge decision. He has to choose who will be the next influencer. Well, he really doesn't have that many people to choose from, so I felt like he was going to choose River, and I was right. River has pictures posted in his room, honey, like he's looking for the America's Most Wanted and hanging posters like he at the post office. I'm like, River, honey, you got too much time for all these arts and crafts. Emily starts a private chat with Courtney, okay? Emily gives Courtney a few compliments, but child, honey, he's still sucking up the same way as he was to Savannah, okay? Courtney is not buying it, okay? I know you think she is, but she's not, because remember, Courtney is listening to what Savannah told him. So as far as Emily and Terralisha, he not falling for it. Emily is talking. Courtney is like, okay, let me try to be nice. But baby, listen to me, Emily. Courtney cannot be trusted. Mitchell slides into Chloe's DM. Okay, Mitchell is the new guy. Chloe was screaming like a high school girl with a crush, honey. Oh my God, he messaged me. He starts flirting back and forth because y'all know it's a part of the game. Okay, so then she's in the bathtub. And so then they start making like sexual innuendos about him being big. Honey, you're not getting nothing from him, honey. He's a virgin. He already told us. He not popping it for nobody. So let's move forward. They play a game called Batter Up, okay? So they're creating pancake art, and they have to create an animal that best represents their personality. These pancakes look like they will give you food and lead poisoning, honey. I don't even think you put lead in a pancake, but I'm just saying. Ugh. Lord, my stomach was turning as I was watching this. So Trevor's, it at least looked recognizable, but Trevor, you are doing too good in every, like, competition. That can put a target on your back, the fact that you do too well, and also the fact that you slip in and out of character. And as we get into this review, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So Trevor's looked recognizable. Kat did a fish because she's a Pisces. No wonder I like Kat because I'm a Virgo and I get along very well with Pisces. Hers was okay. Courtney's pancake looked just like how I felt about him. All over the damn place. A mess. A fool, okay? Mitchell's looked like a food fight on a plate. Emily's was awful. Courtney says she should have made a snake, honey. Child, Kat and Trevor end up winning the pancake challenge. Okay, they get their little trophy. Then they get an alert. Boop, boop, honey. An alert comes in and tells them there has been a Joker in the pack. And one of them had access to the new people before they actually got to see them, okay? And they found that they were allowed to speak to the new players. They were also given the task of choosing an influencer. Then they let us know that River, which I knew and it was so obvious, was the influencer. Now, if I was playing this game, I would say process of elimination. Who's the closest to River? That would be the Joker. And it's Courtney. Because, I mean, really, Courtney is not in the mix with anybody. And I don't know if anybody else is noticing this. But he comes in ever so often. But he's not really on the forefront. Okay? So I would have known it was him. Child, they should have known by process of elimination who the Joker was. Well, at least I would. Child, and River was so hype. I'm just happy old man River didn't start crying us a River, honey, because you know he liked to cry, child. He cry for every damn thing. It's time for them to rate the players. Terralisha is getting her Nancy Drew on, honey, and trying to find out who the Joker is. So she private chats Kat. Okay, so she said, I'm just going to straight up ask her. Okay, what did they say and how did they say it? So Kat was like, well, I'm going to be straight up honest too, honey, because that's how we do down in Texas. You're going to get what you get when we give what we giving, okay? So then she tells her, okay, they said that you are a liar and that Emily, and that Chloe couldn't be trusted. Just straight up, honey, couldn't be trusted. But she makes her own decision, so she ain't really listening to them. So then Terralisha starts thinking. She's like, I think it's Emily. Then she tells her, you know who I think it is? I think it's Emily. Terralisha really thinks she's right, but honey, you're wrong. Moving forward, they get the alerts about the ratings. Number 6 is Terralisha. Number 5 is Lance. 4th place, Emily. 3rd place, Trevor. 2nd place, Chloe. And 1st place is Courtney. When I tell y'all I cringed when I found that out, because he is playing in honor of Savannah. Honey, she might as well have stayed. because Courtney is playing just like as if he was her. And it's really annoying me. And get some money and get a side tooth. Child, I hope you do win so you can get that mouth fixed. Child, Courtney just gets on my nerves. They get another alert telling the influencers to go to the hangout. So now you have Courtney and River, and you know they're close, okay? So you know Courtney going to be influencing River to do what he want him to do, and that's exactly what he did. They get in there, and so, you know, they're looking around, child. And River is playing smart because he feels like Lance will be like giving money to a celebrity. So he feels like if he keeps Lance here all the way to the end and it's those two, he's going to automatically be chosen because who would want to give a celebrity $100,000? I agree with that. River thinks Trevor can go. Okay. But then Courtney was like, okay, I cannot get Trevor out of here. Courtney has tunnel vision and it's either Teralicia or Emily. So Courtney convinces him to keep Trevor. Child, Trevor gonna be a threat later on. Courtney, you ain't playing the game smart, honey. You done listen to what Savannah said, and that's gonna be your demise. I'm just telling you. Courtney says, you know, Emily wants an alliance with me and you, so we really shouldn't eliminate her. So then they started talking about Teralicia. And River said that she saved him, which she did. And then Courtney convinced him that they should send Teralicia home because of his own sick vendetta at this time. You know, at this point, it's like, why are you so obsessed with me? I mean, it doesn't even make any sense, child. Anyway, River, with all his emotions, said, okay, she can go. Child, I was so shocked. River, listen to me. Honey, when you watch this back, I don't want to hear all that crying when y'all get to the center stage and they announce who wins the $100,000 and all that. I don't want to hear all that crying, child. Because you know what? You're a snake, honey, and I'm side-eyeing you now because Teralicia actually did save you and you allowed Courtney to influence you to go the other way. So he was like, here's Courtney. Do you want me to pass the news or should you? And so River was like, you can do it. Oh, that's all she wrote, honey. Courtney was like, you know, this player showed us who they really were. And so the person eliminated or blocked was Teralicia. Oh, my little stomach fell to the ground, but I still got a Texas cock in this fight. So I was like, okay, Cat, I'm Team Cat all the way to the end, honey, okay? So, River, you was too easily influenced, and that's going to backfire on you later, honey. I wish Teralicia went. So then they tell her that she can go meet somebody, right? I wish that she would go to meet Courtney just to let him know that Savannah lied to him, even though she doesn't know Savannah told him anything. I just feel like I wish that would have been the person that she met. So she goes to meet Chloe, and y'all know that Chloe had started thinking she was a catfish, drew a whole picture and everything, put her picture up on the wall. Teralicia walked in. She said, Teralicia, a catfish? And Chloe was like, I didn't know. She's real, honey. So then Chloe says, you know what? I'm starting to think Trevor is a catfish. Smart girl, honey. She said her texts are too emotional, just like I said. Just like I said, honey. Her texts are too emotional. Now, she's telling Teralicia this because she's like, who do you think is a catfish? And so she said, I think it's Trevor. Child, I told you. And so then Teralicia gonna say, well, let me tell you who the Joker is. As if she knew definitively that it was Emily. So she tells Chloe that it was Emily. But Emily could not have been the Joker because her and River were not that close. Or did I miss something? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, Courtney is too invested in his hate for Teralicia, and so Teralicia leaves. She leaves a message, honey. She says, I am not a liar. Here go Courtney. But you did lie. Based on what? Little bitty B, based on what? Because Savannah said so? Boy, gone. Chloe tells the group that Teralicia visited her, honey, because Chloe is like, let me put it all out on the table. Teralicia came to visit me, and she said some of y'all can't be trusted, honey, and so that's it. It is what it is. Lance does a chat with Mitchell and Kat. So, you know, Lance trying to make his rounds, get a little mini alliance going. So Kat starts asking questions to fish out Lance, and Kat catches him in a lie. She said, you know, I saw you in now Kat is a player, okay? She was like, I saw you in a concert at the AA Center in Dallas and you had a black jacket on with some like zippers on it. Do you remember that jacket? And he's like, it's probably at my sister's house. Lies. Because, honey, you know, if it's one thing we remember, honey, it's what somebody that we really love is wearing at their concert. So, child, you got caught. Kat already knows that you're a catfish. And so there you have it. So then they play the Glamikins challenge. They have to make over these mannequins and they have to make them look just like them. They have 30 minutes to do it. This is my thing about this. They have to put makeup and wigs. Trevor cannot be too good because they will catch on to him. And Emily can't be too bad because they'll catch on to him. So it's, I don't know. They should have let somebody like Kat win. Anyway, so Mitchell started a brotherhood chat, which is a smart move. And Mitchell, they do the whole mannequin challenge or whatever. And it ends up that Trevor is the winner. Entirely too good. Child, entirely too good. But then they show Emily's. And it was so terrible. He used powder on a mannequin. And so everybody was looking like, okay, Emily has got to be a man. Because this looks terrible. Even the actual men did better than Emily. Like, that was the demise right there. Anyway, Mitchell starts a brotherhood chat. They start chatting or whatever. And start talking about the people being catfished. And Emily was definitely in the conversation because everybody knows by now that Emily is a catfish. They get another alert telling them that 2 players will be eliminated from the chat. Emily does a chat with Lance because now she's trying to do damage control because her nerves are bad, honey. They talk for a little bit, but at the same time, it takes one to know one, honey, because you got 2 catfishes just talking to each other in a circle. Okay. Trevor and Kat message and agree that Lance is probably a catfish because Kat ended up revealing to Trevor the whole trick she pulled about the glasses or whatever, right? The players play Don't At Me. That's another game. They get to ask questions anonymously, okay? So nobody knows who's asking the questions, but they know who the questions are centered at, okay? Somebody asked Chloe if she's using Trevor to get good ratings. Chloe said whatever she said, honey. She spoke her speech. Emily calls out Courtney about being fake nice. Oh, honey. Yeah. Baby. And that is the absolute truth, okay? Fake all the way up, through and through. So Courtney was like, I can barely make friends in real life, honey, playing on their heartstrings. Child, please. I think Courtney has no issues making friends. And if you do, it's because you act like you act when you get one friend, who is Savannah. Child, that's probably why you can't make no friends. Mitchell asked Emily her top 5 makeup brands. Honey, this girl said, maybe it's Maybelline. Emily, girl, gone, because you done heard that on a commercial, child. Anyway, River asked Trevor, how hard has it been to play a catfish? Honey, because they're starting to catch on to Trevor. Child, and Trevor was appalled, honey. A man named Paul. River, ain't that the pot calling the kettle, calling the pot calling the kettle? How you gonna ask Trevor if it was hard to play catfish and you are a catfish? Oh, child, Chloe is going to be sick when she finds out that Trevor is a catfish. Trevor said, hashtag, I have morals. Honey, they gonna remember that hashtag. So you should have kept that out. You should have said, hashtag, I tell no lies or something like that. But I have morals when you're pretending to be someone else. Okay, girl. Emily tries again to chat with Mitchell. Emily, your time is up, honey. You're too obvious. These new players have came to play and they have come to stay. So, child, you can go, honey. Go and pack your bags. Don't mention it's not now another person, okay? Kat messages Chloe, honey. This message is going all up and through because she needs Chloe just in case. So she starts off with a compliment because y'all know Chloe gonna eat that up, child. It's so easy to get close to Chloe. You could tell her anything. She's like, oh my God, she's my girl. Babes, I love you. Chloe, stop being so easily influenced. Child, Chloe wants to know who is her closest friend, and Kat said Mitchell because we came in together. But quite frankly, I haven't seen you and Mitchell even talk to each other. So let's move forward. Chloe says she gets good energy from Kat, and then they get another alert. It's time for a rating. Trevor is nervous, honey, after the Don't At Me game because River tried to call him out on the slick. Trevor invites River to a private chat, okay? Trevor said, I can't believe people smile in your face and go behind your back. They don't really smile in your face, though. They smile in your emoji's face, but not yours, honey. This is a game, Trevor. Don't get too hurt or you may see the feminine side of you. And it's already coming out a little bit in your stuff, honey. Just calm down. So River throws it back as if it wasn't him. They go back and forth, child. But we all know both catfishes takes one to know one, honey. They find out that there will be no influencers tonight and the bottom 2 players will instantly be blocked. Child, the ratings are in. Number 1 is Chloe. I told y'all she's the center. Everyone wants an alliance with her. Number 2 is Kat. Okay, Kat. Okay, coming in already number 2. I like that, but that could also make you a target. Slow down, honey. You should have been at least number 4. Okay, number 3 was River. Okay, number 4 is Trevor. Safe another day. Number 5 was Mitchell. Number 6 was Courtney. Made it by the skin of his teeth, honey. And Lance and Emily are blocked. Lance, bye, 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 bye. Honey, pack them bags and get ready to go. Emily, you go ahead and get ready to go too, honey. And get your Maybelline and your store, all of your dollar store makeup and bounce, honey. They each get to meet a person, because y'all know that's how it goes. Lance goes to meet River. But when he goes in the room, or she goes in the room, she doesn't see River. So she looking around like, what's happening? So she sits down, honey, because me, I would have been like, hello. I would have been out in the highway. Anybody seen River? See, that's why they don't want. That's my problem right there. Then in comes Emily, a.k.a. Jack. And so, Lance, who is really not Lance, is looking like, hey, River. He's like, no, I'm Emily. She's like, what? He's like, yeah, I came to see Trevor. And they both end up in the same apartment. And then there's a plot twist. Child, they get a second chance. Baby, the circle has me on the edge of my seat this season. They get a second chance. Then they get this old man, honey, with a gray mustache. Honey, it looks like he's missing one tooth in the front. And baby, they will now be playing as him. Both of them together will be one person. And this is what I was thinking. How is that going to go when it's time to split the money? Do they each get $100,000 or is it $50K each? I mean, I don't know. But hey, we'll see how it goes. But child, these 4 episodes were so good, child. I did not want it to end. I'm like, come on, you got to give me a little bit more, honey. But this is what I prophesy for the next few episodes. Trevor, you need to be careful and you need to form a strong alliance. This is what I think your alliance should consist of. Kat, Trevor, and Mitchell. Because Mitchell is really likable and I feel like he has integrity. So if he goes in, he's the only one that truly believes that Trevor is who he says he is. Kat, she's just cool. So I feel like, it's the whole Black Power thing over here with Kat and Trevor. So I feel like they would stick together. And Mitchell is already Kat's, that's her boy because they came in together. So I feel like that would be a strong alliance. Courtney, you can go. Honey, please exit stage left and go call Savannah and tell her how it didn't work out. Anyway, and I also feel like the next alliance should probably be River, because he actually is an older man in real life. And the old man that's just getting on the show, honey. And let's see who else I would put in that alliance. And I guess you can have Courtney. And Chloe, you are the center peach holder, honey. So everybody is surrounding you. So just play your cards right, honey. Even flirt with the old man that's coming out, child. Nobody's off limits, child. These 4 episodes were so good. Y'all tell me down in the comments what you think. I was shocked when they voted off Tara Alicia. I was pissed because I'm like, Courtney, you caused this. And I wish they would have given Tara Alicia another shot. But I mean, I guess that's just not how it shook out. As far as Emily and Lance getting another shot, I don't really know how I feel about that, because I feel like I was ready for them to go head on, especially Lance, because he wasn't really giving what he was supposed to be giving. So, I mean, I was kind of ready for him to go. Mitchell is playing the game really well, especially better than his brother and his mom did last season. River, I'm going to need more of your personality to come out, because, I mean, they're going to start to catch on to you pretty soon. And stop making all those crafts and stop crying. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching this review. If you have not yet watched the episode, please go do so and come back down in the comments and tell me how you feel. # spread love, not germs. Peace.